At 6 years old, I was already a die-hard Spidey fan. So when Sam Raimi's first film hit the theaters in 2002, I was beyond excited. But it was a tough time for my family and me. Islamophobia was rampant, especially after 9/11, and something as simple as going to the movies became a luxury we couldn't afford. I missed seeing those first two Spider-Man movies in theaters, and even though I eventually watched them on DVD, I've always regretted not experiencing them on the big screen. Cut to 2024, and Columbia Pictures just announced that they're celebrating 100 years with the re-release of every live-action Spider-Man film ever made. This nostalgic extravaganza has me feeling like this guy. A lot of fans think the Raimi movies are only good because of nostalgia, so I'm here to find out if that's the case, as I'm going into this movie unbiased. How will a 22-year-old movie hold up in the modern age of superhero films? And before we jump in, how do you feel about the first Spider-Man movie? Is it the best? Is it overhyped? Have you watched it in theaters? Comment below and let me know. Now, without further ado, let's dive on in. Curious to know how other fans felt about this movie being back, I got to the theater early to do some pre-show interviews.
Spider-Man's in theaters.
Yes, it is.
First time in 20 years.
Yes.
What are you most excited about?
The final swing in the movie. It's gonna be insane.
Okay,
It's gonna be so hype.
Peter says he can't be with MJ, and he just does the "I am Spider-Man" and he walks away.
I like it when he's like just running at the bus. I don't know. I like it when he didn't have his powers yet. Yeah, it's just in the beginning. Yeah.
My favorite's where he's like, "Go Web, go."
Give me your best impression of it.
Best impression. Go Web, go. I don't know, man. I remember the hand movement. That's all I remember. I don't remember.
We'll quote it
Yeah, we'll quote it. Okay.
Then I got Spider-Man's pocket. Then I got it in the back.
As like someone who didn't have like nostalgia in theaters,
Yeah.
how do you feel about watching it?
I'm super excited, man. This is a great experience. We talked about it for like 2 weeks in advance, man. Took off work.
Actually saw it in theater.
How was it watching it?
I think it was good. It was all my cousins. We went and we went with my aunt to see it. So it was amazing. It was pretty good.
First time I seen it was when I found a VHS at Goodwill.
Oh,
I popped it in.
Classic.
It was real cool.
So nice. It's in a couple minutes. I'm hyped. I'm so hyped.
Finish this quote. Harry tells me you're a science whiz. What's after that?
Dude, I feel like a poser right now.
I'm telling you, out of all of us, he's the guy for that, man.
Because Harry tells me you're something of a scientist.
And he's like, I'm something of a scientist myself.
There you go. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. What did Goblin say to finish that run?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Itsy bitsy spider went out the water spout.
Down came the goblin and took the spider out.
There you go.
Yes, sir. You already know.
You got it.
It was great to see the amount of younger Spidey fans that came out to watch this.
Yeah, I wasn't born when it came out.
I didn't exist yet.
You know, I was born '06, so I grew up with that movie, but I was never able to see it in theaters.
I was also
Not born yet,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
I even found a lady who's never watched any Spider-Man movies.
No, I've never seen it, period. This is my first
This is your
time.
first time watching
Yeah.
it. Do you know like anything about the movie? Anything about like the actors in it?
Nah, I
You're
know he
born, like,
comes out
you're on.
and he does a little dance, and that's all I know.
It's logical considering the significant impact this movie had on pop culture, laying the groundwork for studios like Marvel and DC to tell epic comic book stories over the past decade. Yet, even more crucially, its significance extends to those who adore Spider-Man and draw inspiration from his adventures.
Spider-Man was my childhood. He made me who I am today. Quite literally, I joined gymnastics for about 10 years. And it was all because of him.
You like saw you're like I can do that.
And that completely changed my life.
It was amazing to talk to these fans and hear what they're most hyped for the movie. If you're one of those awesome people who let me interview them, I just want to say thank you for your support, and I hope to see you at the next showing. So after the interviews, I made my way to my seat in a room filled to the brim with fans, all eager to experience Sam Raimi's Spider-Man in theaters after 22 years. This movie must have been a time machine because 2 hours felt like 30 minutes, as the credits rolled and the theater erupted with a wave of applause. And normally I cringe when people clap in theaters for a movie, but for a movie like this, I'll give it a pass. Also, because I was applauding my ass off too. I was gonna have a scripted section about my post-film thoughts, but the wife felt like this video of me was cute enough to sum up my experience after the movie. It was incredible, and I think like...
Are you gonna cry?
I'm gonna cry. No, honestly, when Uncle Ben dies,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler helped me get into movies in general, into superhero content, especially into Spider-Man. And I never got to see it in theaters. And then walking into a full theater in 2024, and like every fan, like it's like the best part of it is like every fan knows the memes, the lines, the scenes. Like when, well, like the "something of the scientist myself" line came out, literally you could hear the whole crowd, like in the theater, like murmur it and giggle to themselves, and just hearing that and like being a part of that in a theater, it was incredible. Uncle Ben gets shot, like it's like it was like a somber moment that like as a kid, like my parents don't really care, like they're watching the movie because I'm watching it. But like having a theater feel like know how important this character is to the Spider-Man mythos, and like just quiet up and like feel it. It was so good. It was hearing it from the VHS does not do it justice. The music score was just amazing. Like it's just like, especially when Spider-Man first gets his power and Peter like was like learning to wall crawl and it hits the beats on it. The sound design for the Goblin was amazing. And like things like I didn't hear before. There's like background characters that would make like snide comments, which I've never heard, or how the glider would like make like a burst sound that would like hit you from the back of the theater. Undescribable, like what you're missing not going into the theater. I know I said no nostalgia, but I can't deny that I didn't feel like a kid again. Though I will say, the movie is not without its flaws. Even as a kid, I thought the casting was too mature. Rewatching it now, I still think they look too old. You cannot tell me that is an 18/19-year-old. Man is out here writing sonnets for girls at 18.
You don't know what you feel, except you know what kind of man you want to be. It's as if you've reached the unreachable.
And I look like this freshman year.
So what you're saying is, you're a dork?
Even the teacher in the beginning of the movie looks the same age as the students, and I'm not the only one in the theater who thought that. It's a minor gripe overall, but it makes the high school portion of the film just a little harder to sell. Like, come on, who looked like Flash Thompson senior year? Moving on, MJ still sticks out as the most one-note character in the entire film, which I get she's supposed to be the damsel in distress in the film, but every other character has such nuanced details to them, while MJ gets treated more just like an object that Harry and Peter are fighting for. I'm not saying give her a gun and have her take on a legion of symbiotes by herself or anything, but I feel like Zendaya's portrayal of MJ was more developed than Kristen Dunst's. Hey, but that kiss in the rain scene is still iconic, and I'm still trying to figure out how to pull that move off. And of course, a lot of the CG did not age well. Some of the characters just look out of place in scenes, which took me out of the scene for how distracting it was. I will say it didn't happen very often, which is a testament to Sam Raimi and his choice to have as many practical effects as possible. Every glass shatter, every building crumble, every Willem Dafoe was real. That realness is what I feel makes this movie timeless. Beyond its technical aspects, what truly makes this movie endure the test of time is the genuine emotion it evokes. From the inspiring score to the iconic web swing sound effects, every element resonates with the viewer on a profound level. I can only imagine the sheer joy and excitement of witnessing Spider-Man come to life on the big screen for the first time in 2002, surrounded by fellow fans. It's moments like these that make cinema truly magical. In 2024, I had an experience that came close to that. On Monday evening, the theater was packed with fans, both new and old, chatting excitedly about their favorite parts of the movie. Being in the theater surrounded by people laughing at memes, shedding tears with Peter, and celebrating a movie that had such a profound impact on so many people was truly something special. So the question remains, does this superhero movie from 22 years ago still hold up in theaters in the modern age? 110%, dog. This is a film that was undeniably meant to be experienced on a big screen. From the intricacies of background characters to the meticulously crafted audio foley, every detail comes alive in the theater, immersing viewers in a world of unparalleled depth and vibrancy. And let's not forget the sheer epicness of the final swing, a moment that simply cannot be appreciated on the small screen. In terms of the quality of storytelling, music, and style, this movie still surpasses a lot of the recent MCU and DCU movies, achieving its goal by being a more realistic superhero movie, but never losing its magic. For me, having the opportunity to witness a movie that ignited my passion for film and comics was nothing short of legendary. And I beg you, if you have a chance to watch this film in theaters, do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and letting me fanboy for a bit and share my experience. I'm so excited for the rest of the films in this lineup, especially Spider-Man 2, which is next week. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if you haven't, please subscribe to keep up with the rest of my reviews. Until next time, smooth winds and safe travels.
Your lies are over, babe.